Welcome. Well, it's 2020 and, everything seems just the same. Nothing seems to have changed in any way. Maybe give it some more time. So I looked at a few news items today and they all seem to be about the same. I'm going to share a couple with you, see what you think. Now, if any males have been with females before in a relationship or even married, they all know and we know they like to moan. I guess it's just their nature. They never seem to be happy or content, do they? And I remember many years ago, women burnt their bras. Funny, they're still wearing them. And a lot of the world, or the Western world and Europe, seems to be just nothing but a bunch of children. They don't seem to be acting like adults, do they? They talk like children, even though they're adults. And I remember the third wave feminists and SJWs saying loudly and still saying it, don't treat females like a sex object. Of course, they're referring to us men, because we are very naughty people, aren't we? But hey, females. Men are supposed to be attracted to females. It's called nature. But I can understand your yelling and screaming that don't treat you like sex objects. Let's see if females' actions matches what comes out of their mouths. And I don't think it's any secret that over thousands and thousands of years, females have used their looks and their bodies to attract man or to attract attention. But are they still doing it today? Or have they evolved? Let's see. Here's a headline. Brooke, 54, stuns in bikini. And they use these words a lot. Stuns, sizzles. These are supposed to be professional news people or journalists, and they should have command of the language in the country they're in. They're communicating with hundreds of thousands of people, and yet they write it like they're just in the third grade. But anyway, this Brooke is Brooke Shields, who I remember many years ago. She never actually did anything for me. And I think she's been in a couple of superficial films that made a little bit of money. But females can't stop being females. And when in doubt, get the bikini out. What young man would be interested in a 54-year-old female wearing a bikini? But females are one-trick ponies. That's all they have. That's all they can use. If third-wave feminists and SJWs mean what they say, then they would ban the bikini, wouldn't they? But let's live in the reality world. The bikini is their major weapon in their arsenal. And here's another news item. Eva sizzles in a white swimsuit. And another heading. 3 wildest bikini trends of 2019. And this is all on one page. And here's another one. An influencer, because people on YouTube or who make videos are called influencers now. It's the new word. It's about a female. Influencer goes nude for a pregnancy shoot. So you see, females are doing it all over. That's their trick. Seems like a lot of females don't think we should think of them as sexual objects. Seems like the females haven't got the memo because they're treating themselves like sexual objects. And maybe you remember that video I made about that young female in Cyprus who'd been accused of lying and making false rape allegations against those Cyprus men. Well, of course she's going to appeal, and the GoFundMe page has raised £80,000 already because there's outrage. A female been found guilty of lying. It just can't happen. If it was a man, they wouldn't have raised a dime. And I expect there's going to be an appeal and should be found not guilty or whatever, and I don't care what the outcome's going to be. I believe the first result. But as you know, we're not allowed to show women in the bad light. And this young female will probably write a book or be on a magazine or be interviewed and make loads of money. And all this does is send a signal to other females that this type of behavior is okay. And it's not only okay, it's profitable. And back to females entering only males' activities just to get noticed or to get something out of it. This female dart player won a few things, I believe. I don't know, I don't follow it. Even the male darts I don't follow. But why are the females entering the darts competition? Why don't they think of something else themselves? Something original? This female entered the championships and she won a few trophies, I believe. I used to play darts in England. You used to be able to walk into a pub and say, put this name up on the board, because you had to chalk before you could play. And the winner stayed on. Men played darts because of the camaraderie and the competition. And a lot of men love darts. But apparently this female who loves darts, apparently, or else why would she be in the championships, has quit and pulled out because there's not enough money being generated for females. Just shows why she was in it in the first place. A lot of women are complaining in these female soccer teams and dart teams about they're not making as much money as the males. But it all makes sense to me, because when many people watch the female darts and many people watch the female soccer teams, then they can make more money. But the facts are that people don't really watch them, and that's why there's no money in it yet. But to a lot of men, the sport and the competition is more important than the money. It amazes me how many people don't see through all these facades of females, because to me, it's as clear as crystal. Oh shit.